Hi, my name is Julie and I'm with the Pigeon Letters Design Team. Today we are going to be painting an abstract watercolor. This is a really fun and low stress type of painting. It's great if you're just looking to relax and get in the flow. Maybe if you wanted to warm up for a bigger, more stressful project. I personally enjoy making these just all the time. And I really can't wait to share it with you. Okay friends, so this is what we're working with today. You're gonna need two different size brushes. This is a round 10 and that's for the majority of the painting, and then a smaller round 2, like a little detail brush for at the end. We're using this bigger sized watercolor paper. This is a 12 by 12. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, fun to paint in a square. But feel free to use like an 8 by 10, 11 by 14, whatever you have on hand. For the colors, I chose these really pretty indigo, burnt sienna, and then this green, this sort of a greenish blue color. If you hate them, I'm not offended. Just pick 3 colors of your own that you like. We're using the Pigeon Letters monoline brush. This is size 03, 0.35 millimeter. And then a gold and white gel pen. You can use paint pens if you have those. And then same thing, this is an opaque white. If you want to use acrylic or more of an opaque watercolor that you have, that works as well. This is going to be really no rules with how we're going to be painting this. It's just, I really want you to kind of get into the flow of it. So if you want to be a little more particular, feel free to add some washi tape along the outside if you need to give yourself a barrier. I'm going to give myself about a 1/2 inch on all sides. And we're just going to be using the 3 colors and sort of building up some organic shapes starting here and just moving down the page this way. So I am going to start with the blue. My colors are a little vibrant right now because I just put them in the palette, so they're a little darker than normal. So, and these aren't going to be perfect shapes, so just think like rocks, different little circle-y type shapes. Don't blend it too perfectly, and it just makes it fun. Okay, go ahead and switch to the green. All right, and you're going to touch your shapes together, but just a little. I'll give it a little more color here. And that's gonna allow them to kind of bleed into each other and make it a little more interesting. Make sure when you're using the orange, oops, I mixed a little bit of my green and orange already, but make sure when you're using the orange, you don't actively mix it too much because it's going to give you sort of a muddier color, sort of like what I have going on because my green went over there. So if that happens, you can use your paper towel and kind of soak some of it up. I got a little heavy-handed, oops, earlier. There we go. Here. And then using just clear water, I'm gonna build some shapes right in the middle down here. So you might have to kind of put your head at like a weird angle. I'm gonna use my sweater to soak that up. You might have to put your head down to make sure You're getting most of it wet. I'm not sure if you can see that in the video, but it's a little hard to tell. You're just gonna go that way and then drag it over here. And if you need to give it a little bit of extra help, just dab your color right on the little corner there. And I'm actually going to use a little bit more of the orange. Add some little dots because it is fun. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab some green. Try to mix it on this side a little. Add some green up here before this one dries completely. In paintings like this, it's really easy to kind of get into that flow state. You can't really think about it too much or things start drying. So. Get some clear water again. On the other side of this little green guy. We're going to get a little bit more of the green. And like I said, there's no rules here. So you want to do a bunch of the same color next to each other, you go for it. You can just vary like the intensity, the saturation that you're doing. Some of the blue. And if you're working on a smaller size piece of paper, like a 5x7 or even an 8x10, you can use a smaller brush. This is a 10. I mean, I probably could have even gone with the 12 or the 14. But if you feel like it's a little unruly, then feel free to get a more detailed one. But this sort of forces you to make executive decisions, though. You gotta work quick. Okay, we're gonna go green, a little bit darker down here. Add a clear one right in here. You can hit the orange and blue and the green all in one swoop. That's so fun. Okay, so moving back up here, get some more orange before this guy dries. We're going to try to get both of them. And you might be tempted to actively blend when this happens, but don't, because I think it's fun. Okay, you know what? Let's grab the green. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Little dots on this clear one down here. Let's do another clear one. And again, you can help the little guy out a little bit and kind of push it around the borders if you need to. Oops. Okay, we're gonna do some indigo up in this corner, nice and dark. Try to grab some of this green down here before it completely dries. Sometimes you do have to work it a little bit. There we go. And it is a little bit of a puzzle, but a fun one to make sure you're getting, you know, you're not doubling up on the colors. And if you feel like you do maybe put two colors too close next to each other, just throw the water one in there and I'd say you're good. Do a couple more. Okay, well that kind of looks like a Hershey Kiss, so I'm gonna make a few little adjustments. You know what, let's do another blue one up here. Yeah, and this is also something really fun that you can do working just monochrome. I've done it with just indigo, which will probably surprise nobody. But it's just, you kind of just alternate between like really saturated and clear water and then lightly saturated. And it just makes it kind of fun, texturized piece of, you know, abstract work. Okay, all right. Let's do one more in this little corner. All right, and you are gonna need this to dry completely before we can go in with our pens. So you're gonna want to pause the video, I don't know, go get some coffee or something. I am just gonna keep moving because lucky for me, my 3-year-old was outside my door absolutely screaming like a howler monkey. So I had to redo this part of the video. So I have 2 of them. So as you can see, they're similar but different. Well, I'm gonna set this one aside and we are gonna finish up with this one right here. As you can tell, it got a little wobbly. I mean, you can just adjust that here. Sometimes I use a clothes iron. If it's a smaller piece, I might use my hair straightener. Put it under some big books, whatever you think is gonna work out for you. So now the fun part. You are just gonna add, using all of your little embellishments, we're just gonna go through and add little stripes and dots, different things. So I'm gonna use some of the paint. No, I'm lying. I'm gonna use the pens first because paint is wet. So I'm gonna grab the black monoline pen. All right, and I'm going to just go over this kind of clear space one, and we don't have to draw on every single one, but it makes it fun and I love it. So, all right, we're gonna add in, I'm gonna go a little over and I'm just gonna add in some lines if you guys can see what I'm doing here. If you want to be a little more particular, you can use a ruler. I know that sometimes it stresses people out when I draw crooked lines. Totally understandable. So we're gonna go this one, and it feels, kind of feel it out. We can come back with that one. So let's grab the white pen, your white gel pen, and I'm gonna go with this one here. All right, and you can do quite literally whatever you want. I just like stripes, circles, little dots, things to kind of make it look fun. Let's do bigger circles on this one. This one kind of looks like a dinosaur egg. That's okay. Maybe I'll double it up so it gives a little less like Jurassic Park vibes, I guess. Oh, that's okay. Okay, let's do some bigger circles. You know what? I'm gonna grab my opaque white. Even though I said I'm not going to do paint yet, I cannot follow my own rules. And if you don't have this, I mean, you can just use the gel pen. This just seems a lot quicker for me. I'm going to do it here and this little guy here. Cute. All right, I'm gonna get out the black pen again. And you can kind of feel your movement, right? So most of our things seem like they're coming up. So we're gonna draw, maybe on this one, some sideways lines, kind of keep it interesting. And we're just gonna do basically the same thing that we did here, but horizontally. I'm sure you guys can see that. Gold pen. I'm going to outline this one off-centered a couple times with the gold pen. So that is going to overlap a few of these, which is fine. I'm going to do that here, and also this little fella. Maybe 3 for that one. And again right here. Be careful if you jumped the gun like I did with the paint, because now that is able to smudge, and this is why I said do the paint last, but I do not listen to my own advice. All right, so let's do this one. We're just gonna add in a few little hatch marks here, like some ovals. We're not gonna fill in the whole thing. Do some here. Some in this fun little spot down here. Spin it. Some right up here. Okay, and sometimes you need to just stare at it for a minute. Like I feel like we need one more set of stripes, and we'll do them horizontal, like here. So I'm gonna pick this one. Seems lonely up here. And actually, you can also just do half, which I kind of love. All right, now we're gonna use your smaller brush. Dip it a little bit. I'm gonna get some of the really dark indigo and just sort of like we did with the gold. I'm gonna outline in that same blue on a couple of them. Okay, there's one. Maybe this one over here. Also, when you go off center, it kind of fills in these empty spaces, which is nice. Okay. And then we'll do this little guy up here. And yours doesn't have to look identical to this. It's not going to. I mean, you can try, but watercolor sort of has a mind of its own. So, I mean, even you saw my other one that I made, even with mine, they don't look the same. Similar. Sisters, not twins. Is that is that the same? All right. Okay. So let me see. I'm gonna do a few more little dots with the green on a few of these. You might not be able to tell this is green until it's dry, but we'll know it's green. Right, and again, every time I add these little dots, it really does just look like a dinosaur egg, but whatever. I guess abstract dinosaur egg, is that what we're making here today? Let's see. I don't know. I feel like that looks good. Okay, so, I mean, when you feel like you're about done, then you can just be done. And you have a beautiful, organic, abstract flow piece. If you try this, please tag me. Send it to me, something. I want to see it. I'm sure it looks beautiful. And thank you for painting with me today.